Hello, everybody. I hope everybody is well today. This is Robin Levant, your Epicure consultant, and I am coming to you from northern British Columbia, just southeast of Prince George. For those of you who don't know where I'm stationed, a lot of you on here are from the South Okanagan, where I spent over 20 years, and we have been up here in Dome Creek for about 6 years. So anyhow, I am on here today to talk to you guys about the new catalog and some of the new products. So I'm going to be putting a few of the new salad dressings here together to show you how easy it is. And I did post pictures earlier in both of my groups of the Better Than Mayo that I made, and this is actually a pretty amazing new product. You get a pouch full of powder, and I've already got a stain on there. A pouch full of powder, and all you need to add to it is water, oil, and apple cider vinegar or plain vinegar. And anyway, so I made up some this morning, just one recipe, and it made actually quite a bit. And that was just 2 little scoops out of this mix, and there's probably enough in here to do quite a bit of mayonnaise actually. And the ingredients are unbelievable actually. They're linseed flour, organic cane sugar, sea salt, and carrot fiber. So really clean ingredients. And no preservatives, no additives, no chemicals. And then you can choose what kind of oil to add to it. I added the extra virgin olive oil, so it tends to be a little bit on the yellow side, this one here. So I used this, and then I used the apple cider vinegar, so it did end up coming out just a little bit more yellow than what they show on the package. So I'm sure that if you used just a normal, like a lighter colored oil and the white vinegar, you would get the whiter mayonnaise. But anyway, it's very good. I was really surprised, and it whipped up in less than 2 minutes, and it'll stay good in the fridge, I think, for a few weeks. Anyway, it's really good for some of you that like to make homemade mayo. I've made homemade mayo a couple of times before, but it just seemed like, you got your blender going and you're frantically trying to put stuff in there, and some stuff goes in slow and some stuff goes in fast, and I don't know, it always seemed to be a bit not worth my time. But this was super fast and super easy, so I'm quite excited about that one. Okay, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make up this new product here, the tahini power bowl. Okay, so it is quite simple too to mix up. We need 1/3 cup of water. So I'm also going to show you my bowl here, my 4-cup prep bowl that comes with a silicone lid, and it seals on quite good. And these are really nice for stacking in the fridge. So I'll use my 4-cup prep bowl from Epicure, and I'll put my water in. And then it calls for some tahini. It calls for 1/4 cup of tahini. So I'm also going to use my little spatula from Epicure. This thing's unbelievable for getting stuff out of jars. It's wonderful. Just love it. So then we'll get our 1/3 cup of tahini in there. I love tahini. I don't know if you guys use much tahini, but this will be interesting because I have a homemade recipe for a tahini dressing I've been making for years. So it'll be very interesting to see how this tastes compared to what I've been doing. It's kind of exciting. So see how good this scrapes everything out of here. These little spatulas from Epicure are just a fantastic kitchen tool to have. Okay, so we just needed the water, the tahini, and 2 tablespoons of olive oil. So I'm also going to use my Epicure measuring spoon, the 4-in-1 measuring spoon. We have a 1 tablespoon on one end, then the 1 teaspoon on the other end, and 1/2 and 1/4 on the other side. So you only need a couple of these in your drawer for measuring spoons. They're very, very convenient. So there we go. There's 1 and 2. Okay. And then we're going to put in the tahini package. And then we're going to get our mini whisk. Where did you go? There you are. And these mini whisks are also excellent. I have 2 of them. I actually have 2 of all of these. Got 2 of the measuring spoons. I've got 2 of those spatulas and 2 of the mini whisks. And I find that I use them every day, sometimes twice a day. So that's why I always want to have one clean in the drawer, because one seems to always be dirty. So we're just going to whisk this up. Ooh, it smells really good. Wow. Okay, so this is a nice dressing that they recommend using in a power bowl. I'm just going to whisk this while I talk. And you know, a lot of the trends right now seem to be making like a winter salad. So you end up with more of the heavier foods in there, like yams, maybe chunks of tofu, beets, the beans there, the whatchamacallit, garbanzo beans or chickpeas, whatever you want to call them. So, you know, to make a lunch ahead for people who work full-time, I'm very fortunate I only work part-time. But, you know, if you're gone from the house all day, you could make up this even in a jar, like layer it in a jar with your, you know, whatever protein you want, your vegetables, a couple different kinds of vegetables, make it colorful. And then you can either drizzle the dressing on top and it'll soak down through while you're working in the morning, or you could just have it in a little container on the side. So, you know, they're very easy. You could prep, you know, 2 or 3, even 5 different salads, have them in the fridge ready to go and take them to work. And it's very nutritious. I mean, you just can't beat having this for lunch. So there we go. That's a smooth little dressing. Oh, it smells very good. My goodness. And also the dressing itself is extremely nutritious. Tahini is ground up sesame seeds, for anybody who's never used it before. And sesame seeds have a lot of nutrition in them. So there you go. There's our dressing, and that looks like that would be quite a few servings actually. So anyway, I'll taste it in a bit, or maybe I'll taste it right now while we're on here. Let's have a taste. Oh my goodness. That's almost better than my recipe I've had forever. Oh wow. That's very, it's like got a toasty flavor to it, a sesame toasty with a tang. Oh my, that's really good. Really good. Okay, so we're just going to put the lid on this because I'll probably end up just putting it in the fridge. Maybe adding it to my chopped up vegetables tonight. Oh my, very tasty. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do, and actually what I've done here just to make things easier for me, is I have my little, my quarter sheet pans with the silicone liners on them, and then I have my products sitting on them ready to show you guys. I thought I'd try to be a little bit organized today for doing this. So the next one I'm going to make is this one. It's called a chop salad. So this one is more of, I would say, I mean, it could be a lunch food, but I'm thinking more dinner because we've got the chicken and we've got the chickpeas and your vegetables on there. Looks like they've even put a little bit of feta cheese on top. I mean, you can do whatever you want with these, right? So anyway, this one, it calls for, and I already actually pre-did the, there was 2 tablespoons water, 2 tablespoons olive oil, and a tablespoon of honey mustard. But I bet you could use Dijon mustard or even plain mustard, you know, whatever you want. That's the nice thing about Epicure, is that, you know, you can change things like that. Like if they call for honey mustard, you don't have it, you know, you can change whatever you've got on hand. So it's very versatile that way. Okay, so this one calls for, like I said, the 2 tablespoons of water, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, the honey mustard, and you dump this in. And then you whisk it up. So I've got my other mini whisk. Thank goodness I have 2. And oh my, that powder got in my face. Oh my goodness, that has an incredible flavor coming off of it. Well, that's because it's got organic lemon powder in it, organic lemon juice concentrate, garlic, apple cider vinegar powder, herbs, cane sugar, sea salt, and black pepper. My goodness, that is really quite a flavor coming up at me. Okay, so what they recommend is to actually toss this in with chopped chicken. Oh my, even before you cook it. So 1 tablespoon of this dressing, and actually this dressing, they did say on the package that it tends to be a little bit on the thick side. Let me see if I can get a spoon here. I'll get a spoon in. Yeah, so it is coming out to be just a little bit on the thick side. Oh my, it smells great. Okay, I have to taste this. Oh my gosh. Okay, I think it would have to sit for a little bit because it's still like some of the herbs and spices are a bit crunchy in there, but oh wow, with the honey mustard, oh, it's really good. Oh boy. I would just sort of let that sit for a bit just to let some of those the dried garlic sort of soften. But oh my gosh, wow, that's a taste sensation. So what they recommend on here, if you want to do chicken, is you coat a 1/2 pound of chopped chicken with just a tablespoon of this dressing, and then you would fry it up. Then you would assemble it into your whatever kind of bowl you want, and then you could just toss, you would toss the rest of the stuff with this, and actually that would be enough dressing, I bet, to make enough for 4, oh, it does say 4 servings, so that would be enough for a family meal. You know, that would be really tasty. Wow, to have the chicken cooked in with that, and then to have everything else. You could even serve it warm, you know, and then the feta cheese on top. Really good. Wow, that's excellent. Okay, so I'm going to put that aside with my lid on, my 4-cup prep bowl. So I do also own, actually I think I have 3 of these. They're just fantastic. They really are, just for storing stuff in the fridge with them. And for those of you that don't know, they also have the little jars, and they have the measurements on the side. So these hold a cup right to the top, and these are also wonderful for little bits and pieces of leftover food, whatever food you've got left over, a little bit of scrambled eggs, maybe some chopped vegetables, or even once you get down to only having a little bit of dressing, you know, put them in these, and then you can stack these in your fridge. These really come in handy. I also sometimes will only make up like a 1/2 batch of dip. Like say if I'm making herb and garlic dip, I'll just make up a 1/2 batch. That way I'll have maybe 2 different dips on the go in the fridge, and you can just stack them up. That way people can see, well, my kids can see what's in here, right? So perfect little bowls. Okay, so that's 2 of the new dressing mixes. And I already talked to you about the mayonnaise. Now, I did want to show you a few of the other new products, which I haven't tried yet. Oh, I should also tell you about the 2 products that I did make, the sweet chili sauce. I made that over New Year's, and wow, that was really good, but it did have a kick of heat to it, and that was very simple to make up too. So I made that one. And then, oh, the hollandaise sauce. Nice lemon flavor, and it's super easy, and no preservatives, no chemicals in it. It was just butter and water and the mix. It was really good, and I only had 1 package, so I can't even show you the package, but it is on the catalog. So another new product that they have is this Philly style cheese steak. And that's this is a sheet pan meal. So that's so easy, right? Sheet pan meal. And while it's cooking in the oven, get your buns ready, take it out, put a bit of cheese on, back in the oven for a few minutes, and serve it in your buns. Like, it would be perfect like for a Friday night meal where you're tired. You just throw it in the oven. Like I said, while you're getting your buns ready, pick a movie, sit down, easy peasy, right? So I'm looking forward to trying that one. That's really good. And then this tropical pineapple chicken is also a new product. So that's a nice, I think you do it in, oh no, it is also recommended to do on a sheet pan. So I mean, you can't beat that. Now I've got I'm going to show you really quick the large sheet pan. So this large sheet pan, oh, I dribbled a bit of oil there, but these are fantastic because cleanup is a snap, honestly. You stick this, some people put these in the dishwasher. They are dishwasher safe, and they're also safe up to, I think, 440 degrees in the oven. So these are such a snap to clean, you know, and you're not wasting parchment paper, and you're not trying to scrape the metal. So I use this all the time. I actually have a drawer full of these. I've got 2 small, 2 large, and then I have one of the older black ones from years ago from Epicure. So anyway, the sheet pan meals are just perfect, and this is great for family size. And then if you are, you know, just a couple, you know, husband and wife, you know, these small ones, they're half the size of the large sheet pan. So these are perfect, and that way you could just do half a recipe at a time. So those are really, really nice. So anyway, the tropical pineapple chicken, I'm looking forward to trying that one too. And another new product right now is this Easy Peasy Bowling Easy. And this is a vegan product. So it's the pea protein crumbles. And if this is anything like the Easy Peasy Taco one that they came out with at the beginning of the summer, it was amazing and so easy. Like the Easy Peasy Taco one, you just add water and heat it up. That's how easy it is. You could even take it backpacking, because you always have water available when you're backpacking, and you could bring like some soft tortilla wraps or something like that and have soft tacos while you're camping or hiking. This one will be a little trickier for if you're hiking, because you'd have to bring a can of tomatoes, or dried tomatoes actually. There would be ways around it. So to make this one, and this one makes 6 servings, about 4 cups of finished sauce, and you only have to add 1 can of crushed tomatoes, a half a cup of water, and a half a cup of plain non-dairy creamer. So anyway, I've heard rave reviews about it from the Epicure website, but I haven't tried it myself yet. But anyway, it's supposed to be wonderful. And another new product is this ramen broth. It's so good. I used it when I was cooking rice the other day. I just put it in the water that I was cooking rice with. It's really, really good. So I'm really excited, because that's another broth mix that Epicure has added to their lineup. They've got the veggie broth, the nourish broth, which is actually the chicken broth. They've got the miso broth, and now the ramen broth. So I'm really excited about that one. And oh, I did want to show you guys some of these. This has become my most favorite thing to use when I'm making cookies now. This is a 2 tablespoon scoop. So when you're making cookies, it's 2 tablespoons, and it comes out so easily. It's like my newest favorite thing when I'm making cookies. Then there's also a 1/4 cup one. So this would be good for if you're making falafels or pakora, like something a little bit bigger, or maybe extra large meatballs. Like that would be a large meatball. Actually, this one would be really good for smaller meatballs, but the 1/4 cup one also really handy, and it's got this thing that scoops and it plops it out. Really handy. And then they have the silicone knife. So if you are like me and you have a lot of the silicone cookware, this is the cake pan. This is perfect, because if you want to cut right in here, you're not going to cut your silicone. Or if you have the big silicone steamers and you cook a chicken in there and you decide to cut in there, which you probably shouldn't, but anyway, if you do, you know, you could probably break apart your chicken with this. So this is really good. And you can also use this as a scraper to get stuff out of a bowl, like if you don't have one of the little spatulas. So that's a really handy product. Also, okay, and right now I have a party going for Brenda, and so I wanted to do the draw from everybody posting about what they were making for dinner yesterday. So we have Coralie Cook is going in there, and we have Jocelyn Kurz, we have Julie Weinrich, we have Tegan Conradson, we have Christine DeRuiter, hopefully I said that right, put you in. We have Leanne Fordyce Sporrell, sorry I might not have said that right, put you in. And we have Brenda Field. Thank you, Brenda, for hosting this party. It was perfect timing because with having the new catalog come out, it kind of urged me on because of my first party of the year. So it urged me on to get me to start posting about some of the new products and to do a video again, because I feel like I haven't done a video for a few months. It was so busy before Christmas that it was really hard to find the time to do a video. So thank you, Brenda. Okay, and then we also have Melissa Wieser. Okay, so that's everybody that was put in the draw. Okay, and this is my multi-purpose pot, by the way, from Epicure. These are great because they have all the measurements on the inside. Right, that's on both sides actually. So these are fantastic, and they've got the thick bottom. And actually the newer ones now you can use on the, what's it called? The special top as a heat induction or something like that. But you can use them on the new cooktops that a lot of the stoves have. So this is the older one. I've had this one for probably 12 years now. But anyway, I love these because they have the top on them, and I don't have it handy, but the glass top with the cool handle on it, and even this handle stays cool, and the pouring spout. So these are fantastic. They're in the catalog. There's two different sizes. There's the 8 cup and the 12 cup. This is the 8 cup. Anyway, I'll do the draw now. So we'll see who gets $10 off their order, and I won't look. Okay, we've got one. Oh, it's stuck to the other one. We have Melissa Wieser. Thank you, Melissa. So you'll get $10 off your order. So you'll have to send me your order so that I can take the $10 off. I'll pay the $10. Or I could always just send you $10 of meal packets in the mail or something like that. We'll work it out. So get a hold of me, Melissa. Thank you very much. So one more thing I wanted to tell you guys about, which is really nice, this catalog, is that they have some like variety packs of the meal solutions. So if you look through the catalog, for instance, this is page 12. So what they have is they have the Fast Dinners 5-pack. So you get one of each of those, 5 different ones, instead of getting 3 of each one, which is how, I mean, you can still do that. You can still order, like if you want 3 tropical chickens, you get 3 for, I think it's $11. But what I really like now is if you look through the catalog, they've got a bunch of different ones. Like they've got a sheet pan meal pack. Where is it? This is the Set It and Forget It 5-pack. So if you look on the different pages, there's that one there, the Set It and Forget It. So it's got, you know, the beef stew, the hearty minestrone soup, the home-style chicken stew, the pulled pork, and the pulled chicken. And so you get one of each. And those are, you know, to put in your slow cooker or your Instapot. So it's really nice now for people because you can try out a bunch of different ones instead of having to order 3 of the same one. So those are nice. And I think there's 4 or 5 different combinations now. So have a look through the catalog because that's a really, really good way to try some of the meal solutions because there's so many meal solutions right now. I bet there's about 40. Anyway, I have gone on long enough now. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a great weekend, everybody. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. If you're wondering about any of the new products, I'll certainly love to answer your questions. Take care, everybody. Bye for now.